not ready, you might get eaten whole this time of year. It's playoff time on Mavs Insider, and it starts right now.
Hello everyone and welcome to another spectacular edition. In fact, this is the final regular season edition of Mavs Insider.
That's good and bad.
I mean, it could be bad, it could be good. I think it's good.
Me too.
Of course, I'm Parrish.
That would make me Ali D.
And here's the only place where you get the inside scoop on what Mavs owner Cuban thinks about his chances for his team in the playoffs.
That's right. I'm also interested in finding out who's tougher to guard, Kobe or LeBron. We'll find out from the Mavs players in just a moment. But first, let's check out what happened last week with Cash Saroy.
The final week of the regular season had nothing but critical games for the Mavs as they battled for postseason positioning, and it all started Friday night against the Hornets. Some consistent transition basketball.
See, he does that as well as anybody on the Maverick team.
Slinging it, call down the baseline, intercepted by Terry. On the run, kid to Dirk, he'll dunk it. Fast break, slam dunk, Nowitzki.
Nobody's even close to that, really.
And here's Nowitzki making a defensive play. Kid comes away with the ball, looking for Howard, finds him as he digs out the loose ball and lays it in. Offensive rebound, Devin Brown. Howard taking it away, falling down and saving it inbounds. And Berea will get it up ahead to Dirk to dunk. And it all starts with Josh Howard's defensive plays.
The Mavs picked up the win 192 to move their home record to 13-1 since the All-Star break.
Kid taking it out of bounds. Miller guards the inbounds pass. It's into Terry. Baseline fadeaway. At the buzzer with 2/10 of a second to go. Dallas leads it. It's Jason Terry.
After trailing by 7 with 3 minutes to go, the Mavs rode the Jets' heroics to a 96-94 win.
Before we went into the huddle in the last 2 seconds, I told him, man, give me the ball. Give me the ball. Coach heard me, he seen me. The guys were looking at me like, yeah, get Jet the ball. And Dirk set a great screen. Che Kid made a great pass, and the rest is history.
And you were saying, if I read your lips correctly, I knew I could do it, I knew I could do it?
Oh, no, that's what I do.
That's what I do.
That is what I do.
Mass is battling and trying to get it back and does. In a crowd, pinballing off players, he gives the ball to Dirk. Get it home. He hits the three.
What a huge play by Mavs.
Landry, the defender. Dirk works on it. Spinning, shooting, on the fadeaway.
That's so tough.
The Mavericks bricks it. Jason Kidd, the rebound, they can run. Up ahead to Terry, attacking, and he scores.
That's excellent.
Dallas won at 95-84 to waltz into the postseason with as much momentum as possible. Facing off against the Rockets.
You know what, Ro?
What, Allie?
I love when we get to hang out here at the party on the AT&T Plaza before the Mavs games, but I also like when we get to go inside, like courtside.
Oh yeah, like recently, I think I remember you and me, we got to go somewhere where like no one has ever been before.
That's right.
The Rafters, right?
I remember. Are we going? You go first. I like when you go first. Because then if you fall off, then I'm...
Then you're gonna catch me, right, Allie?
No. Oh my gosh. Well, here we are, finally, the spotlight well. And this is where all the magic happens. If you're a star, you gotta have the best and brightest spotlight. And it is right here, isn't it?
It is, that's right. Whether you're Britney Spears or even Dirk, you gotta have the spotlight.
Oh.
So, you know, but there's some things that have to go into the spotlight correctly. It's not just flashing the light, right?
Right, well, first you gotta make sure you're safe and put on your old belt here.
Yes.
So we put on the belt, and then what do you do, Ro?
Okay, then after you have the belt, then you have to come to the Gladiator 3. And there's a couple of buttons that you want to press to make sure you gauge the light properly so you don't have it too bright or not too dim, because you have to have it shining special for superstars.
And if you were standing up here like us, you definitely wouldn't want to look into the spotlight.
No.
Temporary blindness.
Yes, you don't want to do that at all.
No.
The candle, no, it's not a good look for you.
But move the spotlight a little and check out the beautiful view of the arena. Look at that. All right, bro, let's go see what else we can find.
Now, I know your sound system in your truck or your car might be cool, but let me tell you something. It is nothing compared to what you see right behind me. These amps control all the sound that go on in the American Airlines Center. As we keep it moving, you know when the Stars score that goal and it says, brrr, You know where it comes from? These 6 horns right behind me, and you do not want to be up here when that sound goes off. And you see this tank right here, this big black apparatus? That's where the sound comes from. Now, while we're here in the epicenter of the American Airlines Center, please remember that you might have a winch in your truck, but it is nothing. I say nothing like the winch that we have right here. Now, this is what that winch holds. If you're looking at this right here, that is the video replay system. It holds all your replays, all your graphics, all your stats, all the pretty videos that the excellent team in the front office does. Hey, that goes on right there. And you know what? It weighs 55,000 pounds, or, 25 tons for us layman folks. Hey, let's see your truck carry that.
While Roe is hanging out in the epicenter, I am on the wings of the rafters. Now, things really get scary up here. This is where the guys actually have to harness and tie in. They go out on those beams, they set lights, they set sound equipment. Lots of stuff goes on. You can see there's so much wiring up here. There's probably more wiring up here than all the houses in Dallas, if you ask me. But anyways, speaking of the beams, the construction is actually really neat. If you take a look right here, this is the very last beam that was installed in the American Airlines Center. Everybody signed it, that put all their blood, sweat, and tears into this huge project. In fact, check out Ron Kirk's name. Still a good deal, he writes. Cuban is not a hard guy to find. He's had several TV shows. He was even showing his stuff on Dancing with the Stars, but he's never had his own radio show, has he?
But you know what? That doesn't mean he doesn't get his fair share of airtime. Recently, we took the insider cameras to Jason the Jet Terry's radio show on ESPN 103.3 radio.
You know, not only Josh Howard, but our second unit, if you compare the way the second team is playing now versus early in the season, you know, we've got guys who we've got high energy. We're getting guys, you know, James Singleton, high energy. We're getting easy buckets. Ryan Hollins, we're getting easy buckets with alley-oops. I mean, we've had more alley-oops in the past 2 weeks than we've had in the 9 years that I've been here combined.
In your entire tenure.
You know, yeah, we weren't throwing them to Sean Bradley.
This has been a close to the ground group. There's no doubt about it.
Bradley, go catch that one. Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah. You know, when you throw an alley-oop to Dirk, it's under the rim. And you guys don't get to hear it. Like, you know, I tend to sit close to the bench. And come the fourth quarter, Dirk, what's Dirk always saying out there to Jet? Dirk's going, it's fourth quarter, Jet. It's fourth quarter, Jet. And it's Dirk saying, it's not the coach saying, it's Dirk saying, it's fourth quarter, Jet. And Jet's over there going, yes, sir. Yes, sir. If Jet even sees 15 feet on the baseline, it's going up. If Jet even sees the elbow on a curl, it's going up.
What I like is he doesn't necessarily have to be open either.
Oh, no, it's like I said, it's going up.
Yeah, it's going up.
How you feeling? Huh? There's a lot of love right here. Do we need to take a break and let you know? There's a lot of love.
He's blushing.
We've already.
No. I'm not shocked. I mean, you know, playing for a guy like Mark, he's always involved. He's so in tune to what's going on. He knows the game, and that's why it makes it fun to play for him. And you know, he's a fan at heart. And you know, he gets a lot of stuff for being too close to the team. And you know, the last coach that was here didn't like his involvement. But, I mean, we love it. I mean, we love him being involved and knowing that he has our back on and off the court.
You know, that's our job to just go out there and win, and it's my job to make sure that when you go to the American Airlines Center, no matter what the score is, because, you know, Jet's going to be on sometimes, and some days it's just not there, right? And, you know, but I still got to make sure that it's fun, and I've got to make sure you think you're getting a great value. I mean, you know, 4 years ago, we started lowering ticket prices. I mean, the concept of having $2 seats, $5 seats, you know, I think now half of our tickets in the arena are less than $15.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
you know, we started that whole trend, and no one, everybody's now copying us because of the economy. But I knew at some point we'd suck. You know, and I wanted people, I didn't want it, you know, for a long time people would say, well, going to a professional sporting event, particularly the NBA, was too expensive. And I wanted to just end that.
Rick Carlisle's one hell of a basketball coach coming out of timeout. His teams are prepared to execute out-of-bounds plays. We've seen it all year long, and we have seen a couple of them here tonight.
The upcoming schedule is quite obviously chocked full of Spurs. before the if necessary games were to take place the following week.
Well, that is it for this week's edition of Mavs Insiders, out here where all of the Mavs fans are, even little Wilson.
That's right, but until then, for all my dogs, we'll see you next week on Mavs Insider. Parrish Ali D, out of here.
Bye-bye.